Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bliss Breaks. So glad you're here. Thank you for joining me this evening. Let's get started with the first song that's about spring. The themes for this month are celebrating spring and April showers. April showers, and then next month will be May flowers. All right, let's get started with this song, Spring Again by Rawls. It's spring again. I can hear the birds sing again. See the flowers start to bud. See young people fall in love. Well, it's spring again. Thunder showers, they are here again. An extra hour for me and you to spend together. Pretty colors are everywhere. Mother Nature, she still cares. Well, it's spring again. The grass is turning green again. The warmth, it feels so good. Summer's not too far away. Pretty colors, they're everywhere. Mother Nature, she still cares. Oh, yeah. It's spring again. I can hear the birds sing again. See the flowers start to bud. And see young people fall in love. It's spring again. The grass is turning green again. The warm air feels so good. Summer's not too far away. And it's spring again. Time for us to do all the things again that we love to do. It's spring again. I said it's spring again. Time to hear all those birds sing again. See the flowers bud again. It's spring again, spring again, spring again, spring again. I said it's spring again. Another hour for us, yeah, to do all the things we love, yeah. Walking through the block and holding hands under midnight. It's spring again. It's spring again. As I said, that was by Rawls. I found that when I was doing a winter solstice. I had to do all the music for winter solstice for a spiritual community, and they did songs going. They went through the seasons, and I found that one, and I'd never heard that by Lou Rawls, and so it's one that is in my repertoire now because I really love it. I see that Karen and Ellis are here, and Bobby and Jeff are here. So glad to see you guys. Welcome. All right. A little bit more about Lou Rawls. That song was written by Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff. Gamble and Huff, really big Philadelphia producers, had a record label with Lou Rawls, and Lou Rawls was on that record label, and the Spinners and the OJs. There was a bunch of stuff that came out of Philadelphia in the 70s that Gamble and Huff had a hand in. And earlier this month was Leon Huff's birthday. I was going to do another song that he did with Harold Melvin in the Blue Notes, If You Don't Know Me By Now, but then other stuff happened for that week, so I ended up not doing it. But Lou Rawls recorded more than 60 albums and sold more than 40 million records worldwide. He won 3 Grammy Awards for Best Male R&B Vocal. He was not only a singer, but a record producer, a songwriter, a voice actor, an actor in movies, all of that kind of stuff. So, Mr. Lou Rawls. Okay, so this next song that I'm going to do fits our theme for April showers. And I learned this song. It was one of the first songs that I learned because I think it's easy for youth voices. I started to take voice lessons, solo voice lessons, when I was 9. Yeah, when I was 9. And, well, a little more background on that. My mom bought a piano for my oldest brother, who is 9 years older than me. She paid a lot for it. It was in the 70s, early 80s. And so she was like, if I'm paying all this money for an upright Kimbo piano, everybody in this house is going to learn how to play piano. And for us, we took lessons at a music store, and then she decided, my middle brother and I are only 2 years apart. So she decided for us that she was going to have someone come to the house. And this woman came to our house, and she was a voice and a piano teacher. So I took piano lessons, but I didn't really practice as much as I should. I'm still not as good as a piano player as I should be as a musician, but in my opinion. But I started to sing more in my lessons, and before the end of the first year of her coming to our house, I was strictly a voice student. And one of the first songs that I learned was this song, and Edelweiss was another one. But anyway, I learned this song, and I remember specifically that I had trouble with, there's a modulation that happens in the song, later in the song, and I was having trouble with the jump between pitches to get to that modulation. And because of that, I actually have fallen in love with weird, like learning how to do weird jumps in terms of pitches and all of that kind of stuff. But my uncle was over, and he was fixing the light switch in the bathroom. And I was practicing with my brother, because the middle child used to play piano extremely well. We would do a bunch of duo stuff together. And I'm practicing, and I still having trouble getting the shift, and I kept doing it over and over again, trying to get it in my head. And my uncle starts singing it, and then him and my mom get into this whole argument because they were trying to fight over what the pitch really, really was, and they weren't getting it. And so this song all brings back all of those memories in my house, growing up with my family and doing music and all of that stuff. It is called The Rainbow Connection, and it is from the Muppet movie. It was released in 1979 and first sung by Kermit the Frog, who was played by Jim Henson. Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls on young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La 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 la. Yes, the rainbow connection. And Bobby, I see your comment there. It said I was pretty in yellow. Thank you. My shirt has butterflies on it. I really needed some uplifting. I really, really needed some uplifting today. So I wore pretty colors because that tends to lift my spirits. So let's see. Next, I am going to go into birthday celebration mode for the next two artists because both of them were born between between the 15th and the 21st. So I've been breaking up the month to try to celebrate birthdays of musicians that I sing. So this song was a hit for Dusty Springfield, who was born on April 16th in 1939. And it was when the songwriters John Hurley and Ronnie Watkins wrote it, they had Aretha Franklin in mind to do it. And they presented it to her, and she turned them down because she thought that the song was sacrilegious and didn't really want to do it. So Dusty Springfield, they passed it on to Dusty Springfield. She recorded it. She got a #1 hit. The next thing you know, Aretha Franklin decided to cover it. So it got a hit for Dusty Springfield. So we're going to celebrate her birthday. That was earlier this week with Son of a Preacher Man. Uh-oh. There we go. Billy Ray was a preacher's son. When his daddy would visit, he'd come along. And when they got around the parlor talking, that's when Billy would take me walking. Up through the backyard we'd go walking. Then he'd look into my eyes. Lord knows, to my surprise, the only boy who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, the only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Ooh, yes, he was. Being good isn't always easy, no matter how hard I try. When he started to sweet talking to me, he come and tell me everything is alright. He kiss and tell me everything is alright. And can we get away again tonight? The only boy who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, the only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Ooh, yes, he was. How well I remember that look that was in his eyes, stealing kisses from me on the sly, taking time to make time, telling me that he's all mine, learning from each other's knowing, looking to see how much we're growing. And the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, the only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. Ooh, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, the only one who could ever teach me, he was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever move me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, the only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was a sweet talking son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. Ooh, he was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was a sweet talking son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. Yeah, he was the son of a preacher man. Yes. All right. That's this song that I just sung, Son of a Preacher Man, and this next one. Usually, most of you that have been here from the beginning have known that I try to do all of my backing tracks, make them all myself. These two, I just didn't have the capability to do that this week, so I didn't make this one, that one, or this next one. So yesterday would have been Luther Vandross's 70th birthday. He was born on April 20th, 1951. So this song is to celebrate him. And it was a hit from his first solo album. Just a little bit of background of how he got to where he was. I'm sorry, this song is from his second solo album. Or maybe later. I don't know. Anyway, it was a remake. I thought it was a Luther Vandross original, and found out in my research that Brenda Russell, I could do a full-on show of Brenda Russell tunes. She wrote and recorded this song in 1979. And so Luther would cover it on his album, The Night I Fell in Love, in 1985. But a little bit more about him. He's a singer, a songwriter, a vocal arranger, a record producer throughout his career. And he started his career singing, being a session singer, doing a lot of backgrounds for people like Todd Rundgren, Judy Collins, Shaka Khan, Bette Midler, Diana Ross, David Bowie, Benny King, and Donna Summer. He first became a lead singer for the group Change, which was an R&B group that I found out was formed as a concept group in, I think it was France or Italy. I can't remember. Anyway, that one, I didn't make that note. Goodness. But anyway, that was in 1980, and he left a year later when they were getting ready to do another album because he wasn't getting the compensation that he deserved. And he signed a solo contract in 1981 for his debut album, Never Too Much, that has hit after hit after hit on it. So this song is a song that he did. He actually did a medley of this song. It's called If Only for One Night. And on the album, it's an extended medley because he goes into Stevie Wonder's Creepin', and does a really great take on that song, as well as doing the cover of this song. So this song is called If Only for One Night. Let me hold you tight, if only for one night. Let me keep you near to ease away your fear. It would be so nice, if only for one night. I won't tell a soul, no one has to know. If you want to be totally discreet, I'll be at your side, if only for one night. Yeah, yeah. If only for one night. Your eyes say things I never hear from you, and my knees are shaking too. But I'm willing to see you through. I must be crazy standing in this place, but I'm feeling no disgrace for asking. Let me hold you tight, if only for one night. Let me keep you near to ease away your fears. It would be so nice, if only for one night. Yeah, 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 yes. If only for one night. I tell you what I need is, one night, one night. What I need is one night of your love, of your love, of your loving. All I'm asking. Let me take you home to keep you safe and warm till the early dawn warms up to the sun. It would be so nice, if only for one night. Ooh, yeah. If only for one night. If only for one night. Yes. If only for one night, night. Ooh, yes. If only for one night. All right. That song started too early. It started immediately. So, Yes, that was If Only for One Night by Luther Vandross. Um, I'm going to do an original song that I wrote for, it has been a week since the last time I saw you guys. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to sing this song before or after I tell you why. Because I don't know if I'll be able to get through it after. So let me sing this song. I am choosing. I have been through, Chuck and I have been through a horrific week. And I am choosing to return to love. It was very difficult to be here tonight with you, but I am not going to let anybody steal my joy. I refuse to let anybody steal my joy. I am becoming bitter. And I am trying to lean back into the music, but it's getting more and more challenging as things come our way. But I am going to sing this song that I wrote about returning to love. And then I will give you a little bit more information because it's going to affect what I do here and when I do it. So, okay. So let me do this song. Good morning, sunrise. Welcome to another day. Awaiting each surprise. Let love lead the way. When challenges arise, breathe and simply say, return to love, to peace of mind. Return to love, to the ease inside. Turn and return to love. Turn and return to love. Be present and trust. Welcome to the here and now. Pause when you must. Everything will work somehow. Each moment is a gift. Expect good and allow. Return to love, to peace of mind. Return to love, to these inside. Turn and return to love. Turn and return to love. Return to love, to peace of mind. Return to love, to these inside. Turn and return to love. Turn and return to love. Return to love. Okay. I had to sing that one. That was the song that I was singing at in the morning in the precinct while we were waiting to give our statements. For the past couple of months, we have been getting progressively more and more barricaded in our home because the family that lives upstairs have been, the young man, the minor, 17-year-old, has physically attacked Chuck several times. And we've asked for support from management to help protect us and to do things to contribute to the safety around our apartment, to no avail. And last week, right after Bliss Break, that young man broke into our home with a knife and attacked us, ran through our apartment. We were able to run out into the street, but he ran through our apartment and took electronics and then jumped out the second story window to get away. I wasn't sure if I was actually going to say that on this platform because it's streaming all over the place and I can't take it back. The management company still hasn't done much to secure the space. And so we have taken it upon ourselves to install cameras and install lighting so that there are not a lot of dark spaces around and inside the house. One thing that they did do was send somebody who didn't know what he was doing and just added a bunch of locks. So now we have 5 or 6 locks that we have to lock when we leave and when we're in our home. I've shared this with just a few people this week, and a couple of friends, I know that they said it with love. Why don't you just move? I have built this place to be my sanctuary. Picking up and moving in the middle of a pandemic, not that easy. The family upstairs have been asked to leave several times, and finally management said that they agreed to leave. Not that they got kicked out, none of that, but that they've agreed to leave. Today, Chuck and I made a decision. We have a friend that has opened up his home to us. So we're going to be packing up a lot of our stuff. I have 3 gigs that are private gigs this week that I don't want to cancel because they're important to each of those clients, very important to each of those clients, and I don't want to disappoint, and I don't want anybody to steal my joy. I do what I love, and I have built something where I can do what I love from my home. And I'm being asked to walk away from that. This space that I've set up works well. The reason that this show comes off as easy as people tell me that it looks is because there's a whole lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And I'm going to be packing that all up until either they move out or we find somewhere else to be that I can set up my streaming. But for now, we're going to be staying with a friend or staying in a hotel during a pandemic. But anyway, so I say all this to say, I came on tonight because I needed you. I needed to do this music. I needed to reach out and say and ask for you. If you are the praying type, if you are someone that can send well wishes, I'm asking you for well wishes of protection, well wishes of peace of mind, because we are not sleeping, and the strength to proceed to hold somebody accountable, because this was completely avoidable. It was completely avoidable. This has been escalating for the last year and getting progressively worse every couple of months, and we have been verbal about it. We've been asking for help, and we've been smiling all the way through, hoping that it would turn out to something different. But last week was not, hopefully that is the last time that we will be attacked. But this may be the last bliss break for a while if I don't find somewhere to set up in order to do it. And setting up means also finding the time. I put a lot of hours into creating backing tracks, picking songs, doing the research. That takes a lot of time. And I may not have the time to do that if I am living in somebody else's home and trying to figure out all of the pieces and moving parts of what's going on right now. He is a minor, and we have been told if he is let out, they caught him that night, less than 15, 20 minutes after. Through the grace of God, we got our equipment back. He dropped it on somebody's lawn. That woman turned it into the police station, said she didn't want nothing to do with it. So we got our stuff. I got my data back. My computer was crushed, but it is being replaced right now. So we got our equipment back and everything. And because he's a minor, if they let him out, we will not be notified. The family still lives here, and his mother may welcome him back with open arms. She said she's not going to. At least that's what she told the management company, but I don't really know. And the lack of management's response lets us know that we are not valued as people that live here and pay our rent every month. So I am going to sing one more song tonight before I close. Karen had asked for it a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to sing it. I had done it before in January, and I'm going to sing it again because it's one of my favorite songs that lifts my spirits beyond, because it's just one of those tunes. I love singing it. And like I said, I am going to return to love. I am going to return to trusting that I am supported, that we are supported. I am going to return to the joy that when everything was happening, Chuck and I were a unified team. We got out of harm's way. We stood side by side, and we had each other. So I am grateful for the goodness in my life, and I am claiming the goodness. I am leaning towards the goodness, and I want to thank you guys for listening to me tonight. I know I've gone on a little bit longer. Thank you in advance for your love and your support. And I'm going to sing Lovely Day. Karen, this one is for you and for all of us. Hey, yeah. Oh. Yeah. When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, there is something without warning, love, bearing heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's alright with me, yeah. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, 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 a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seemed impossible to face, and when someone else instead of me always seemed to know the way, then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely day. that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face. And when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, yeah, then I look at you and the world's alright with me. Just one look at you and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely day. A lovely day. Ooh, it's gonna be a lovely day. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. We might be in the darkness right now, but it's gonna be alright. Alright, y'all. So you got to know me a little bit more than you've ever gotten to know me tonight. Again, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, for coming every week, and again in advance, your thoughts of protection, peace of mind, and the strength to hold someone accountable for what is going on right now. I will keep you posted as much as I can. I will send out an update to let you know when I will be able to do Bliss Breaks again. Hopefully, I will find something within the next week that will allow me to set up all my equipment and be able to stream in a quiet environment where there's not a lot of bleed through. This room is perfect for what it is that I'm doing. And then I will have the peace of mind to actually create the space for joyful music. So, again, thank you so much for being here tonight. Until the next time, I will see you. Bless you. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I'll be in the chat box for a few more minutes. Take care, everybody. Okay? Thank you. Have a good night.